I'm not a big fan of the two-handed sword. I like it, but it doesn't like me. Shall we just say that? Yeah. Or does it? Maybe it does like me. Hello Reformers, and welcome back to a special feature of Sevenheart. Now, when we left off, we were just traveling around a little bit, trying to ascertain our surroundings, trying to get exactly where we need to go. And apparently, there's a couple of herbs over here, and we are going to need those for our father. As you can see, our mother needs 9 creeping sage, actually, to treat our father. We also have the thief, obviously, which... yeah, we might need to go back there at some point. We can also talk to Refra at some point as well. The man has arrived in the hall. We actually did speak to him. He has told us about a company of grey hearts that are wanting to, well, maybe kill him. We don't know, but we'll see. And Master Gadrick demands to make peace with the shadows. This is the main story. And then we have, you came across Araguil, an old friend of the Order. He has a story to tell about his absence. Meet him at the Four Ways Inn. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of things to do. First off, let's go to the herbs and see what we can do here. Alright, I better gather some before Refra mistakes them for food. Okay. Okay. Aha. Interesting. Okay, so I actually thought that we would be entering a scene and I'd be able to collect these herbs, but it appears that there's a multitude of different places. And did I really just find a weapon on the ground? Yes, I did. I found a weapon on the ground which just so happens to be a fantastic prisoner-taking weapon, which I would very much like to use, but it is 14 strength, and as you can see, I'm a feeble person. I only have 7 strength, so I probably won't be able to use that very, very soon. But anyway, let's continue to walk around a little bit, because obviously I'd like to try and gather some more herbs. I mean, which herbs did I actually get there? I didn't get the herbs that I potentially needed, did I? I literally gained pipe flower. Yes, pipe flower is not necessarily what we need, personally. And yeah, I guess we'll just continue to move around here and see what's actually going on. I'd like to know exactly, maybe the herbs are just spawning in random locations? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I would really appreciate a visit to Rabble for some herbs. Man arrived at our headquarters, wishes to have a word with you. Okay, well, I guess, you know what? We're going to come across herbs as we run around and do a couple of things. So, oh. And we've just been introduced to yet another new system. Companion system have been changed. They will now have their own party instead of following you. Wow, that's actually pretty awesome. Okay, so there's the lumber mill. That's not anything I really need to worry about at the moment. But yeah, I guess we'll just head back to our main little base here, and we'll see if we can maybe speak to that fellow again. And otherwise, you received a letter from Master Gadrick. Captain Beartilt, after our conversation, I made the necessary arrangements with fierce lancers to host your meeting with the shadows in their own headquarters, Lance Top. The meeting is planned for 2 weeks ahead. Be there on time, and remember our conversation. Okay, well, yes, we have to make peace with them, don't we? So, Lance Top is in 2 weeks, right. Okay, so the new quest has been updated. Okay, so let's go to the hall then. Oh, never mind. There is actually a special thing that I can click on in here, so let's actually do that. There we go. Hello. Stovand is his name. I am in a hurry, Captain. I must cut this short as I am on a manhunt and after a peculiar old man called... Flavius Medicus, and we know where he is, isn't he? My web of informants informed me that that man has headed towards these parts. You must understand, Captain, this is an operation and being overseen directly by the initiator himself. This man cannot ride around freely. It is said he carries a very dangerous secret and is willing to hand it over to our enemies. If this happens, the entire order will be in danger, companies included. Sevenheart included. Let me know if you see him around. Right, okay, so let me actually just take a quick look here and see what's going on with it. Okay, we have met with that guy. Let's have a look. Okay, so it doesn't seem to have changed anything, so to speak. Let's actually... we can speak with Judith there. Okay, so let's actually go into the hall and see if we can speak to Flavius Medicus once again. And he's over here, right? I mean, he's hiding a little bit, isn't he? Has he disappeared? Can I go down here, actually? No, I cannot go down here. Not just yet. Maybe at some point, who knows. But, yeah, it seems like he's disappeared, or maybe he's upstairs now? No, it seems like he has gone. No, maybe he's standing there. Yes, that's him. Oh, okay, so that's a little weird. You're standing a little bit too close. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, hello. Bear Tilda 707, yeah, yes I know. I'm being punched. I'm being punched by the woman. I have no memory of you. What is your connection with Golden Cauldron? Okay, so we've already gone through this particular conversation. And of course we have spoken to that fellow already. So let's have a look here. Who is after you? The Greyhearts. Yes, we already spoke to this guy in the previous episode about this. And... okay, now we can see what's actually going on here. So, shall I try and meet with Stovand again? Or let me just take a quick look here. Okay, so apparently it doesn't seem to be progressing. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. But... yeah, I guess we'll see. Ride to Landstop when the day comes. So we do need to be a little bit aware of what's actually going on there. Okay, so let's speak to Stovand again and actually see. Okay, so apparently this is in a somewhat infinite loop at the moment. Do bear in mind that this mod is still in development. It is 0.6 and, you know, once it gets to 1.0, obviously that is when all of these things are going to be fixed and all that sort of wonderful stuff. So nothing really to worry about there, but I'm very intrigued to know actually what happens with those two. I don't exactly know, but maybe there's some way that I can actually interact with them, and maybe we'll see at some point. Anyway, what's actually going on here? A neutral castle. Ah, okay. So shall we request an audience? Hello there. Welcome to my lands, stranger. Greetings. I am Beartail. Do you have time for a little chat? Where do you stand in terms of the politics of Calradia? Nowhere. Politics is the sole reason any lord chooses to denounce from their vows. If you have enough strength to rid yourself of any bond, there will be no reason left for any ruler to disturb you. From time to time, trouble visits my lands, but I have the power to neutralize it in whatever way possible. I am a threat to no one. I remain that way. My only responsibility is to the people of Calradia, a much more noble cause if you ask me. Nonetheless, I was born into a noble family, vowed allegiance to a ruler which prevents me from not entirely splitting whatever bond remains at the moment. I will take action for my homeland if need be. Well, that's actually really cool. That seems like a really cool thing to do. Ah, apparently someone wants to speak to us. Use the party menu to talk with your members. Alright, so we do want to speak to this fellow by the looks of things. Okay, so... spit it out, I guess? Are we sitting on a table with the shadows? By the will of the Order. So, that is what Gadrick talked with you about. What's our move? We should make preparations for the worst. We can't simply go to Landstop. No move, Demi. This move is arranged by the highest authority. No one will dare move, especially on another company's headquarters. And whose word do you take for that? This is suicide, Captain. I won't let you go to Landstop just like that, regardless of whose will is in order. Got a castle older than my grandfather. Landstop would fall apart if it weren't for the mountain it sits on among the caves and tunnels. You see, I read of a transcript by one of the great scholars of old Romulus. In his texts, he mentions one siege of Phineas. Phineas was known to be one of the great fortresses of the ancient empire, and you can't take down an empire fortress without a clever plan. Sturgians put their banner on the walls in 3 days. How? Mountain has tunnels in it, only accessible by the other side of the mountain and by what is written of them. They are quite narrow. Sturgians led an infiltration squad right into the main courtyard, killed the gate guards and pulled the levers. Suddenly, whatever advantage Phineas had was gone and the Sturgians rushed their way in. It was a total massacre. So you want to use those tunnels? Exactly. If my guess is correct, tunnels should lead us right into the same courtyard that the Sturgians used, which is in front of the main hall where the meeting is going to be held. We can't mix the Fierce Lancers into this. I thought about that. I will send a letter to Hester. Maybe you would like to talk to him in person as well. I believe Gadrick is about to arrange a meeting for them, too. Sevenheart will personally volunteer to be the host of the meeting between the Fierce Lancers and the the Knights of Ode. Favor for a favor. Meanwhile, we must gather a sizable army of 50 men at least, and we should maybe build webs in 3 towns/castles that are close to Lanstop to learn about any moves the Shadows might be planning. I guess that will be all that we can afford. Let's hope we get a lucky star on our side, and things won't go as ugly before the meeting is done with. Meanwhile, let's see what Budsvane is up to. Understood, Captain. I will send him a letter as well. Thanks for making this easy for me. What do you mean? Helping you. You usually never make it easy. ... Well then, I had a round of beer promised for that pale shit face. Be seeing you. Ah, okay, so you can always talk to your consigliere at the headquarters if you need guidance at this point. Okay, that is amazing. I've been overwhelmed by the amount of information I've just received. Building some webs of information, I assume, nearby to Lanstop. I don't exactly know where Lanstop is, but I assume it's going to cost us quite a bit of cash. So that would mean finding a tournament that is capable of dealing with us, because we are just so powerful. We're like Thanos, you know, we're going to go in there and absolutely click our fingers and nothing's going to really happen because we don't have that much power. So anyway, let's just go around here and try and get some Swadians. Rookies, yes, rookies, exactly. And yeah, we're just going to continue recruiting people here because we need 50 men. I don't exactly know. Yeah, I don't even have enough for 50 men, so I'm gonna obviously have to spec into some leadership, I guess. Don't I have some leadership? Yeah, I have 3 in leadership already, so it seems like we're gonna need to complete some tournaments. That is basically a given, personally. I think that's really the only way we can really gain that much in such a short amount of time. And now I'm being attacked by a group of bandits. You will be slain by Berthold, if I can, because he's kind of weak, isn't he? He's only got 7 strength, but he's still able to deal some significant damage because of this wonderful weapon that we have. It's actually not too bad. Okay, so let's continue to recruit people as much as possible. I'm actually thinking that I wouldn't mind buying some herbs. Can I buy herbs from these guys? Ah, Shepherd the Commoner. Troublemaker. Are you playing to people's hearts again, stirring up trouble for Calradia? Tongue of an elitist is at it. This has not been a happy meeting. A commoner leader is never a happy meeting. I give you that. We caused a lot of trouble. Rightfully we did. Rightfully? You and your line caused thousands to die, forced nobles to stay in their castles, and damaged our trade. There is no victory without sacrifices. There is fire in the people. Such fire, Captain. Not even the armies of Calradia would stand together and not be able to repel. A time will come that all your noble dogs will come to understand a simple fact about life. People have the power. Stay behind your walls for all eternity and starve. Come out and fight. We guard. We have the power. You are one delusional leader. Yet, in the end, you stand defeated with the blood of thousands of innocent people to whom your line spurred hopeless dreams. Civil war is not the solution, commoner. I see no other solution. You do what you must. I do what I must. Besides, I have only come to pick some apples. Hard-working folk of this country worked hard harvesting these. I should kill you where you stand for harvesting apples. Don't you? Aha. Okay, you notice the eyes of the crowd walking around the village fixed on you. Yes, this is the power. Until next time, Captain. Okay, so that was a unique event by the looks of things. I actually thought that he was kind of like a pseudo leader for that particular band of villagers, I guess. Don't attempt to strike any company without a good reason. Well, these are looters. I think I have a good reason to rid the countryside of these looters. So let's see what we can do about that. Alright, so let's take a look here, and yeah, we still need to... well, we didn't deploy anything from the arsenal. Oh, apparently there's some extra strategic options as well. So we're hopefully going to be able to find something out about that as time goes on. Wow, did this guy literally deal that much damage to me with a rock? I think he did. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm just hoping to get some of my Swadian recruits leveled up just a little bit. I mean, I'd much prefer them to level up into Swadian Knights almost instantly, obviously, but that is not how the game goes. So we're just going to continue playing it as we would normally in a regular fashion. So let's see, did they level up? Yeah, 7 extra militia, that's very nice. Let's continue to recruit. There we go, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go to Dirham, because I would like to try and find whether there are any... Oh, you can put a mole here to keep this party permanently visible on the world map. Oh, that's awesome. That is really, really cool. Okay, so if you have a town, for example, that is kind of in a bad state, or maybe a town that you're looking to besiege at some point in the future, you can put a mole there, and then you can be like, yes, you've just left it undefended. Now is the time to strike. That sounds like a really, really cool thing to do. But obviously it's not really that useful to me at the moment, but hopefully I'll be able to use that later on. Alright, so let's actually take a look and see, will there be a tournament in a nearby town soon? Thank you very much for actually giving me that shortcut immediately, because in other mods and indeed in native, you have to go through this whole thing. Is there a reward and so on and so forth, and then say, I'm gonna let my bruises heal. And then you can ask for the tournament, but you can ask immediately right here, which is very nice. Okay, so we have Kudan, Wurcheg. They're pretty... Kudan's pretty close. Praven is pretty close. Sargoth is okay as well. I guess I'll just go to Praven? Sargoth? Yeah, something like that, I guess. Okay, so we're going to go to Sargoth. It's all the way over there. I don't exactly know whether that's the best idea, because obviously Sargoth is going to have extremely big amount of Nords, and usually Nords are very good at what they do when it comes to murdering. And yeah, we'll hopefully come across a couple of herbs as we run around as well, because as far as I'm aware, herbs are kind of a, maybe not a random occurrence, but maybe they are a little bit more difficult to find. To Rabble? I would really appreciate a visit to Rabble. I don't exactly know what that means. Is that actually a town of some kind? That's the problem. I can't actually see these special, quote-unquote, special locations, because they are hidden by the fog of war. So obviously that is going to be a bit of an issue for me at the moment. But hopefully we'll be able to learn where most of those things are, you know, as time goes on. But yeah, anyway. Your beginner period is over. Exploration concept has been enabled, which makes all world map hidden. There we go. Read the exploration concept tab on the game concepts page for details. Okay, so there you go. Now, everything has disappeared from the world map. Well, at least the world map is primarily native, so I do know mostly where things are, and obviously villages, they might be a bit more difficult to find. But hopefully we'll learn where they are as time goes on. Anyway, there are various ways to earn favor points. One of them is by killing black boars. Okay, well, I don't really have any black boars around me at the moment, but hopefully there might be something regarding that as time goes on. Oh, there's actually a port here now as well. It kind of makes sense for Sargoth to have a port, doesn't it? Anyway, there's a tournament here. Yeah. You know what? I think I might just join one round of the arenas, just so that I can actually... I want to join the next fight. Just so that I can actually get some money? Because I don't... Whoa, opponents remaining 299? Okay, they've changed this as well. I'm actually very interested to see how this goes. Really? Did I really take that much damage immediately? Whoa, they're very good. They're very good. Okay, well, this is probably not going to work out too well. Oh dear. Him having 7 strength really is kind of a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, so let's see if I can actually do something here. I've got a staff. Okay, this is not going to work out too well for me. Or maybe it is. It really depends whether I get shot. I mean, me getting shot for 20 damage in the previous round, that was certainly pretty bad. Pretty bad start. No, he killed my target, the one I wanted to kill. Ooh, okay. Okay, so you can already tell here that the arena is much more difficult than it was previously. And we only knocked down 3 opponents, but yet we gained 5 dinars. So, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of fighting here off screen, and I'm actually just going to see how far I can get. And if I get to at least, I don't know, 10-15 kills or so, then I'll cut back and we can actually see how much money we gain. Alright, so yeah, I may have included a little bit of my fighting prowess, not really prowess, but you know, I may have included a little bit of that footage in the final episode, but as you can see right here, we have taken down 16 people in the arena, and our prize was 25 dinars. Yes, it's not really, not really worth it at the moment. I'd definitely say that if you are really, really good, if you have a lot of proficiencies, if you have a good amount of iron flesh, then it's really going to be worth it for you to, you know, stick it out in the arena, because apparently there is a title that you will be able to receive if you survive the entirety of the arena fight. In other words, that's 299 opponents. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah. Pretty crazy. So if you're able to succeed there, then you're going to get yourself a new title. Don't exactly know what it is, what it's going to be. Arena Master maybe, or something like that. But yeah, anyway, we're going to be betting a couple of dinars here, and hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit better in the tournament than I did in the arena. Even though in the arena I actually didn't even do that badly. It was just that many of the enemies are kind of focusing on you quite a bit. And that's, you know, that's obviously a problem in general with Warband. That just generally happens much more than you would like, because, I mean, if you've ever played it or you've seen some of my videos, then you'll know that, you know, archers in particular, when it comes to sieges, they generally tend to focus on the player character more than your allied units. So that's obviously a bit of an issue in the arena, because I was ending up sometimes with 3 enemies against me, and they were just ignoring each other. So that's obviously a bit of an issue, but nothing really to worry about if you're a little bit higher level than I am, because bear in mind that I'm level 3, I think. I'm level 3 or something like that, so obviously it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to get murdered pretty easily, because my skills are just way too low to actually do anything very useful there. But hopefully, as we progress through the tournament here, we'll still be getting awesome weapon choices. Never mind. Okay, they gave me a two-handed sword. I'm not a big fan of the two-handed sword. I like it, but it doesn't like me. Shall we just say that? Yeah. Or does it? Maybe it does like me, because usually I get kind of outmatched whenever I have a two-handed sword in these kinds of tournaments, because usually the enemy has a one-handed and a shield, or a bow of some kind, and it tends to make things kind of difficult. But this time around, I actually did get the drop on quite a few of our enemies, so not bad. Not bad if I say so myself. Anyway, there you go. Two teams with 4 fighters each, and I do have another axe, which is good. Kind of like the axe quite a bit. Seems to do quite well for us. I was hopeful that I'd be able to get in from the side, because now I'm gonna have to... Really? Okay, let's do this. Come on! Yeah, there we go. Okay, we survived. We survived. That was close. That was close. Phew, I thought that one hit that I was going to sustain there was going to actually kill me, so I was really, really lucky to have that not be the case. There is... Okay, phew, I actually thought there was an archer right there, but we do have a shield, so nothing really to worry about there. Please do not get hit. Are you serious? No, that's terrible. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. That's the... That is so frustrating. It is so frustrating when that happens. When you have an ally with you in a tournament and he runs in and he kind of gets killed because he doesn't know how to raise his shield up. It's so frustrating when he dies and then you're left 2 versus 1 and you can't do anything because they just have so much damage or speed or whatever the case may be. Anyway, we're going to help this peasant. We're going to help this peasant. I'll help you. Where is the village? Save the village of Fanada. Okay. So, technically we can put a mole here. So let's actually... Okay, so you can hire a mole for 116 dinars. That's actually not even that much. I actually thought that it would be something that we'd have to... like save up for or something. Maybe it was going to be like 500 or whatever the case may be. But no, it's actually really good. Very cheap and very useful as well. Okay, so we're going to attack the bandits here. There's 15 bandits. I should have enough. I mean, look at this. We should easily have enough. I have a Swadian man-at-arms? No, I don't. I don't have a Swadian man-at-arms. There's no way I have a Swadian man-at-arms. It must be someone else. Someone else's unit. Well, at least we're doing a good deed, aren't we? We're doing a very, very good deed in comparison to the tournament failure, which was obviously not the greatest thing ever. I was very pleased to survive that one round, and then I thought to myself, oh, a 2 versus 2? That's not going to be that difficult. No, it turns out it's going to be one of those things that eliminates me. Oh well, never mind. The trials and tribulations of playing Warband, right? Yeah, that's generally what it is. Anyway, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to win the next tournament that we participate in, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a good amount of cash from that as well. Okay, so yeah, I actually don't exactly know whether I should take the rewards here. I think I'm actually going to refuse it because honor is always kind of useful, and as you can see, you can actually hire moles at every single location on the map, which is actually pretty awesome because that enables you the ability to basically uncover the entire map as you go, because otherwise they are going to disappear. That is actually my Swadian man-at-arms. I'm very surprised. Huh. Gain a Swadian man-at-arms that quickly? What actually? Yeah, look at that, from footmen. You actually get them from footmen that quickly, and then you can obviously get a Swadian Chevalier. I don't exactly know what that is all about, but hopefully we'll find out as time goes on. Now, we do have a whole bunch of quests here. You can see that this is our preparation. We need to create a web in at least 3 towns. So I'd assume... I assume we'll know exactly what we need to do there when we actually get to one of the towns that are nearby to Lancetop. And then we have to talk to the leader of the Fierce Lancers, and then we also have to build an army, which I'm attempting to do, of at least 50 men before the meeting time. And otherwise, needs at least 50 soldiers at the heart for the infiltration squad that will stand ready for Sevenheart at the day of the meeting. And it is best to keep an eye out for anything around Lancetop. Ah, there we go. They actually tell you where to build the webs. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so build webs in Suno, Ravadin, and Dirim. Okay, so that's actually pretty easy. That is actually pretty easy, and it's actually kind of scary seeing the map like this with literally no towns and no locations on it whatsoever. So I guess I'm gonna just run around and continue to... I mean, I have enough money to enter a little bit of a tournament, so maybe I'll try and do a tournament at the beginning of the next episode, and we'll see where we get with that. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.